Welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Joining us in the studio is Mike Steffe, the Executive Director of the Tri-County Y. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Bill.
Well, we're getting, here we are in basically mid-June. Life is moving forward. People are getting out and doing things, and the Tri-County Y has been open.
That's right. We opened on May 24th. So we're into week 3 of our reopening, and things have been going pretty well. We've kind of implemented some procedures and doing a lot of extra cleaning, and our members have been very good about the new things that we put in place.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the opening progress. You know, what things are back? Is everything kind of back, but smaller, or what's the deal?
Yeah, a lot of things. Our group exercise classes are back, but enrollment is limited, so we're doing some pre-sign-ups for those classes. Our wellness center, we have our equipment spaced out 6 feet apart where we can, and some equipment we've just taken out of service. So we've been we started Child Watch for ages 3 to 6. This week we've kind of opened that back up to 6 weeks to 6 years old. And we just I've been grateful for the opportunity to kind of slowly reintroduce things back in, and we're doing the best we can to schedule time in our gym for walkers or programs or families to come in and shoot some baskets or just open play, and that's been going pretty good. It's kind of a moving process, so things do change from week to week. So we've been doing the best we can to try to communicate those changes to everyone.
And I guess not everything is back yet. Is that correct? But as time goes along, things will be coming back.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. For example, June 8th, this past Monday, we started our morning Energizer class again, 8:30, 9:30. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. June 15th, we will be starting back with Enhanced Fitness in Huntingburg. Our Rock Steady Boxing for Parkinson's patients, we're looking at a July 5th, 6th start date for that. We're trying to figure out what that is going to look like. Still realizing that at that time we'll have to practice our physical distancing and some things will have to change. So our staff's been doing a very good job of adapting things as they go.
So some of the changes coming up, because Monday is like the next stage for Indiana. July 4th, is that the complete opening, or is it still kind of somewhat limited?
July 4th is, I guess, tentatively lifting of a lot of the restrictions, but I think some of the things, mask wearing going forward will probably be recommended for quite a while. But yeah, June 15th, we're going to start with our summer camp here in Jasper at 5th Street Elementary. We started camp in Ferdinand this past Monday, and with the schools moving, relocating, it worked for us to start on June 15th. So we're going to be at 5th Street Elementary, and it's kind of worked out pretty good for us, and that the fact of, the teachers and the staff at 5th Street have moved all their stuff to the new Jasper Elementary. Right. So we've kind of got a lot more space, which is what we really need right now. We have space to take 60 kids in Jasper. I think we're up to 57, so not much space available. Things may change throughout the summer, so if we do fill up, keep checking back with us, and we'll do what we can to accommodate as many people as what we can.
And you say it's 60 is what you can take. Is it 60 because of the COVID situation? You can't take any more than that, or has that kind of always been the number?
That is definitely because of the COVID situation. What we're trying to do is have 12 kids in a classroom for a couple reasons. One, it's easier to keep them spread apart, and two, that allows us to have one counselor per room. So again, keeping the numbers down. Some of the guidance is on things like that are, make sure the kids stay in small groups, make sure they're consistently in the same group, kind of with the staff. So if a case would happen where a child or one of the child's parents tested positive for COVID, then it would be easy to kind of trace back who they've been around on a daily basis. So, it's kind of
different because, a year ago, none of this was never even in our minds, never thought about it.
Right. For example, last summer in Jasper Camp, we'd have 85, 90 kids on a daily basis. Just kind of show up whenever you could, whenever you wanted. This year, we're kind of asking parents to commit to either 3 days a week or 5 days a week, just so we kind of know who's coming in and we can assign them to a classroom and things like that. So a lot smaller group sizes, and we're not sure what back to school is going to bring next year, but I think a lot of those same things will probably carry forward into the school year as well.
And in a way, a lot of this is also kind of flexible. You have to be flexible because who knows what's going to happen in 2 months, or maybe a resurgence and they change things again. But
right,
hopefully
absolutely.
not.
Absolutely. In working with the Du Bois County Health Department, who's been very helpful for us developing our plan, we make revisions to our plan, and there's always that disclaimer that things could change at a moment's notice, and hopefully we keep heading in the right direction COVID-wise, and we kind of hopefully start to move that behind us, but knowing that when the winter comes, there's going to be probably more of it coming back, or flu or whatever, so some of these practices may continue on for the foreseeable future.
How's the expansion going now that things are starting to get back to what will be the new normal?
Yeah, it's great. We've been talking about space and distance, so we're adding space and distance, so that's a good thing. But we are a full-fledged construction site. This past week, they had the dozer in. We're stripping the topsoil, working on pouring footers, just getting things ready to go. And you can definitely see the shape our expansion is going to take place is going to be. Looking at adding about 11,000 square feet, primarily going to double the size of our wellness center, which again really helps with keeping things spread apart, and adding another small gym area, program space, so that when we do things like our speed and agility classes, morning energizers, rock steady boxing, they kind of have more of a dedicated place, and we're able to leave the bigger gym with the walking track open for walkers or kids who want to come in and play basketball or whatever may take place.
And obviously people can still give money to help if they would like.
Yeah, I'm sure that at some point, probably this fall, we're going to kind of maybe try to finish off that campaign.
Relaunch it in a way.
Relaunch it in a ways. We're still knowing that we're about $100,000 short of doing everything we want to do, and we were making plans on maybe doing a special event or something here, and then the COVID things hit, and we kind of backed that off. So we'll be doing something this fall, but definitely if you're interested, all the information's up on our website, the Reimagine Your Why campaign, and we're excited. June 29th is going to be our annual meeting, and as part of that, we're going to do a groundbreaking. I know the ground's already broken, but be able to invite some of our donors and community members and the media in to take a look at the progress, and then also kind of put up the plans and talk a little bit more about what we're intending to do. You
can make it a little more public in that way.
That's right. We'll be able to accommodate a little bit larger crowd size and kind of know what we're supposed to do.
And looking ahead, what are some upcoming events?
Well, we have, as you know, the Heimat Fest was canceled in June. As part of the Heimat Fest, we always did a disc golf tournament and a sand volleyball tournament. We are going to do both of those events in July. Still finalizing the dates on that, but we will be doing a sand volleyball tournament on a Saturday, and then looking at doing disc golf on a Friday night again. We had good success last year with the disc golf tournament, being our first year, and looking forward to doing that a second year. So kind of making plans for the rest of the summer, but we're also talking a lot about what our fall activities are going to do, and just kind of waiting a little bit for the schools to announce what their schedules are going to do, what their plans are going to do so that we can work on implementing our after-school programs. And we've learned to be very flexible and very patient, and it's great to plan ahead, but in this day and age, it's good to be very flexible and have a couple different plans in your back pocket and be able to adapt. So I think we've learned that very well through this time.
Well, I think that's a good point, that everybody has really worked well together for the common good, and that's the human spirit has really come through in this area.
Right. Me personally, I kind of like to know what's going to be happening the next month or two or whatever. But now sometimes you just got to roll with the punches and take it day by day and realize that things are happening today, but that situation could change very dramatically in the next few days, and sometimes it kind of comes out of nowhere. And Christine Cleaving, our camp director, has done a phenomenal job of just continually revising what we think camp is going to look like this year, really not knowing when we were going to be able to start, how we're going to be able to take care of the kids, staffing, just a lot of moving parts. She's done a phenomenal job at adapting with that, so we've been very flexible and trying to adapt. And a lot of times we like to talk about things specifically that are going to happen 2 months from now, 3 months from now, 4 months from now, and now we just kind of have that plan in the back of our minds, but we put it down in pencil and not in ink.
Well, you are looking for June 30th, the blood drive?
We are. In April, kind of when the COVID shutdowns all started happening, the blood was an extreme shortage, still is. But one of the things that have really, I think the donors are still willing, but a lot of the facilities that hosted blood drives for one reason or another are not allowing access. So the Y picked up a blood drive in April, worked with the Red Cross. We're going to be doing another blood drive on June 30th, 2 to 7 in our gym. Got a good setup. You just walk down the sidewalk on the south side straight into the gym. The Red Cross will take care of you there. So all that information is up on the Red Cross website. So you can just go in there and sign up, and we really want to fill all those slots, and it's just a way that we can help out. And I know there's a lot of regular blood donors out there, and we're grateful for that, but we'd also like to try to hook in a few more fresh new donors and kind of get you on a schedule to donate blood.
Excellent. Mike, thank you very much for coming in.
Bill, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We appreciate. Normally we would shake hands, but we'll have to do whatever we do to maintain the social distancing.
That's right.
Thanks for the Y doing the work that you do to keep people getting back into a normal routine and to keep them motivated throughout this interesting time.
I know it's a lot of the members who've come back have, said they really miss it, and a lot of family members and spouses of some of the Parkinson's patients and the older folks, have noticed a little decline, and people recognize a little decline in themselves, and it's good to come back and start working toward those gains again. And really the social part of it is just as key as anything. And so I think everybody's excited to be back, and we're ready to start welcoming more and more back.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bill.
Mike Steffe, the Executive Director of the Tri-County Y. Check out their website to get more information. Thank you for watching 18 WJTS, for local people watching local people.